morning, students. I am going to continue with the fourth chapter. Okay, my first topic is distribution of electrons in the orbits. Okay, how to distribute the electrons in the orbits. So my topic is distribution of electrons in the orbits. Distribution of electrons in the orbits. I told you that an atom, okay, it is having a nucleus in the center, and around the centers so many imaginary paths are there. Okay, they are called the orbits. So this one is the nucleus and these are the orbits. Okay, now distribution of electrons in different shells is called electronic configuration. Okay, distribution of electrons in different shells. Okay, this is called electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. So, distribution of electrons into different shells or orbits of an atom was suggested by Bohr and Bury. Okay, these two scientists were there. Okay, they suggested this rules of this distribution of electrons in the orbits. So, the rules are, okay, the first rule is the following rules are followed for writing the number of electrons in different energy levels or shells. Okay, these orbits are called shell also, and they are also called energy levels. Energy levels. So it was suggested by Bohr and Bury. So first one, the maximum possible number of electrons in a particular shell is given by the formula 2n square. Okay, you have to apply this formula to distribute the electrons. Okay, now suppose this one is a nucleus. Okay, this is the first shell. So the first shell is represented by K. Okay, the second one is represented by L. Okay, third one is represented by M, and last one is represented by N. So K is the first shell, L is the second shell, M is the third shell, and N is the fourth shell. So you have to apply this formula, okay, for distributing the electrons. Okay, for example, okay, in the first shell, okay, your formula is 2n square, where n is the number of shell. Okay, where n is the number of shell. So for K, okay, K is the first shell. K is the first shell. So 2 into number of shell is 1. Okay, this is the first one. So 2 into 1 square. So that will be 2. Okay. So this n is the serial number of shell. Okay, you can write serial number of shell. Okay, for L, L is the second shell. So 2 into 2 square. Okay, 2 into 2 square. Okay, that will be 8 electrons. Okay, in the first one 2 electrons. In the second shell maximum capacity is 8 electrons. Now in the third one, okay, in the third one now 2 into 3 square. Okay, that will be 18 electrons. Okay, that will be 18 electrons. Okay, now last one is N, 2 into 4 square. Okay, that will be 32 electrons. 32 electrons. Okay, so this is the rule for, with the help of this formula, 2n square, you can distribute this electrons. Okay, in the first shell the maximum capacity is 2 electrons. In the second one, you can see maximum capacity is 8 electron, and in the third one, maximum capacity is 18 electrons, and in the fourth one, you can see the maximum capacity is 32 electrons. Okay, in the first one, 8 electrons. In the first shell, maximum number of electrons will be 2. In the second shell, maximum number of electrons will be 8, and in the third one, maximum number of electrons will be 18, and in the last one, maximum number of electron will be 14. So likewise, you have to apply the formula and you can distribute the electrons. So this is the first rule. Okay, now the second rule. Okay, now the second rule is that this is the first one, this is second, this is third, and this one is fourth. So now the second rule, electrons are not accommodated in a given shell unless the inner shells are filled. In other words, the shells are filled in stepwise manner. Stepwise manner. It means that, okay, suppose this one is your first shell. Okay, this one is your first shell. When in the first shell, okay, maximum number of 2 electrons in the first shell. Okay, in the second shell, maximum number 8. In the third one, maximum number 18, and in the fourth one, maximum number is 32. So when in the first one 2 electrons will be filled, then only electrons will come to the second one. When in the second one 8 electrons will accommodate, then only it will come to the third one. Okay, so shells are filled in stepwise manner. This is the second rule. Now come to the third one. The outermost shell of an atom cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. See, this one is the outermost shell. Okay, according to this atom, the last one is the outermost shell. In this shell, more than 8 electrons, can't accommodate. Okay, in the last shell, okay, maximum capacity of this last shell is 8 electrons. Okay, but we know that maximum capacity of this third and fourth is 18 and 32. Then also in the last shell, more than 8 electrons cannot accommodate. Okay, this is the third rule. Now the reason behind this I am telling you now. The maximum capacity of this third shell is 18 electrons, but only 8 electrons are filled because the elements become stable. Okay, elements become stable only after getting 8 electrons. Okay, any elements can become stable after getting 8 electrons only. That is why in the outermost shell, okay, maximum capacity is 8 electrons. Okay, now the fourth rule, the outermost shell of a chemically stable atom can accommodate a maximum of 8 electrons. I told, okay, maximum capacity is 8 electrons. Maximum capacity 8 electrons in the outermost shell, okay, except helium. Okay, except helium, because helium has only one shell. Okay, helium has only one shell. Okay, suppose, so helium has only one shell. This is the center and this one is one orbit. Helium has only one shell. Okay, K shell. Helium has only one shell, so that is why it cannot accommodate more than 2 electrons, and in this shell only 2 electrons can accommodate. So except helium, maximum capacity of filling the electrons in the outermost shell is 8 electrons. So these are the rule for distribution of electrons in the orbits. Okay, distribution of electrons in the orbit. Okay, one example is given here. Structure of magnesium. Okay, structure of magnesium atom. Okay, structure of magnesium atom. Now all of you see, magnesium 24. Okay, mass number is 24, atomic number is 12. So if you make this electronic configuration, it will be 282. Okay, 282 only. Okay, so how you will draw the orbital diagram of this magnesium? Okay, first this is the central part. Okay, since atomic number is 12, okay, and number of neutrons will be 24 minus 12, that will be also 12. So in the center you can write 12 protons and 12 neutrons. Okay, afterwards you have to make 3 shells, 1, 2 and 3. In the first shell you have to fill 2 electrons. In the second one you can see 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in the last one also 2 electrons. So by this way you can make the electronic configuration. In the K shell 2 electrons, or in the first shell you can write 2 electrons, in L 8 electrons, and in M you can see 2 electrons. Okay, in the first one 2 electrons, in the second one 8 electrons, and in the third one M shell 2 electrons can be filled. So electronic configuration will be 282. This is the electronic configuration, that is 282. So this is the structure of magnesium atom. Okay, now since I told you that the outermost shell of an atom cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons, even if it is having the capacity to accommodate more electrons. Okay, for example, to take the example of calcium, atomic number is 20. Okay, atomic number is 20. If you make the electronic configuration, it will be 2, 8. Okay, after that you can write 18 also, but you are not allowed to write 18 because I told you that elements become stable only after getting 8 electrons. So your electronic configuration will be again 8 and 2. Okay, that will be 20. In the first shell 2 electrons. Okay, in the shell number 2 8 electrons, shell number 3 8 electrons, and in the last shell 2 electrons. So these are the rules of distribution of electrons in the orbits. I hope you understood. Thank you so much.